Welcome back to Who Wore It Best. Okay, let's jump into our next number. Let's spin the wheel. Big money, big money. 64. Guys, you guys got your work cut out for you on 64. That's a tough number. Hey, let's do something different. Let's totally off the cuff. Let's have each panelist focus on a different major sport. You guys down with that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Edgar, football. Paul, baseball. Anthony, since you're young and got the energy, I'll give you basketball and hockey. Sound good? Edgar, go first.
Mark, since I'm the senior in this panel, I'm going to tell you that football's easy. Number 64 conjures up powerful memories, especially me. I was a year old.
Time out. You have a memory of being a year old.
Hey, I was one in 1963.
All right, go ahead.
All right, the legendary Ice Bowl. When I got to see the most famous block in football history, it was number 64, Jerry Kramer, opening the door for Bart Starr's game-winning QB sneak. Vince Lombardi's career was literally built on the shoulders of Jerry Kramer and that O-line. Another NFL game changer who wore the number 64 was Randall McDaniel, one of the most dominant offensive guards in the NFL history. Over his illustrious 14-year career, mostly with the Minnesota Vikings, he started 202 consecutive games and was selected to 12 consecutive Pro Bowls. He was a 9-time All-Pro. McDaniel truly exemplified what it means to be both a protector and a powerhouse at the guard position.
All right, two big names. Paul, baseball. You had some time to work on it when Edgar was taking us down memory lane. Who pops out for 64 in the baseball world?
When it comes to baseball, that number 64 is a number that's usually handed out to minor leaguers making their debut in the bigs. Take Dustin Pedroia, for instance. He wore 64 briefly during his rookie season before switching to that well-known number of 15. Despite starting 64, Pedroia went on to become a cornerstone for the Boston Red Sox, contributing significantly through his career. Then there's another great with a great name, Paul Lo Duca, another notable name who was handed 64 early on. His career really took off once he switched numbers, though. If we were doing a show about cap style, Pedro Strop would be in the mix. And oh, by the way, he used that 64 for his rookie and final season in the big leagues.
All right, Anthony, basketball.
Well, the funny thing in basketball, it's kind of a bit of curiosity because no basketball player in the NBA has ever worn the number 64.
Wait. In the history of the NBA, zero players. Zero.
Yes, you heard me correctly. In the history of the NBA, no player has ever worn the number 64.
Okay, young kids at home, if you're playing AAU right now, if you're playing high school right now and you're a good player, switch your number to 64 because when we do this in a couple years, you could be the best one to wear, right, for basketball. So if you're a young basketball player, start wearing 64. How about hockey?
Yeah, now, so with hockey, there have been dozens of players who worn the number 64 sweater, as it's sometimes called. But the most interesting story I found was about a player who refused to wear it. Now, Mike Commodore caused quite a stir with fans who filled a petition with signatures urging him to switch to the number 64, a nod to the iconic Commodore 64 computer. Edgar, by any chance, did you ever have one of those?
I did, and I bought it from Circuit City.
Now, the movement, fueled by nostalgia and a bit of humor, highlighted how jersey numbers can capture the imagination of fans.
Interesting insights from everyone. Number 64. Whenever I say it, I want to say Nintendo 64. But the most common, but it's clear, it has touched many corners of the sports world with some unforgettable stories. Now, let's see who our algorithm today running on our supercomputer. Now, it's temporarily housed at the Large Hadron Collider. Say it for me, Edgar. Where's this at this week?
It's at the Hadron Collider, Mark.
I know it's in Switzerland, and we're going to determine who wore it best. And it is Edgar's guy, Jerry Kramer. Going back to when Edgar was only 1 year old, Jerry Kramer takes the top honor for number 64. What do you think, viewers? Do you agree with our list? Or is there another athlete who stands out to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join us next time on Who Wore It Best?